Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Wake up, Lenawee County. You are inside the cave this morning with yours truly, Pat Hayes and John Kane. We've been talking sports headlines here and a lot of stuff going on, John.
Oh, absolutely. But unfortunately, too much of it surrounds a bad number.
A bad number.
You know, that number is 19.
Well, 19?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was either 12 or 13. But 19 now?
Well, no, it surrounds a bad number, 19. Too much of what is going on is tied up with COVID-19 again.
Okay.
So that's our problem right now. And, of course, I guess we'll start with baseball, the Tigers. Just like that, no games.
No games.
Till Friday, at least.
And so that means they have 4 games that they have to make up. St. Louis has to make up 7.
And the Marlins haven't even hardly played yet.
And the Tigers were supposed to play 20 games in 20 days. How do you make up 7 games in a 60-game schedule? Your day off?
A lot of double headers, 7-inning double headers.
I kind of like that. I was listening to the Tiger game. Although they lost both of them, the sense of urgency was there from the start.
Well, yeah. Get out of just like the season, you got a shortened season, got to get out of the gate early. You got a shortened game, got to get out of the gate early.
Yeah.
Same deal.
Your pitching's got to be good in the first and second innings, which theirs hasn't.
So the question is this thing going to work? We still don't know that. I mean, there are some things we know. Apparently, bubbles work.
Well, the NBA's making it work.
And the NHL.
Yes.
They're both making it work. And we're not getting any reports of players testing positive in the NBA or the bubble or the 2 NHL bubbles. So that works. The problem is, can you got that one drop there. I don't know if you can find it, but it's, where it says, you got to figure out a way to replicate this. You
got to find a way to replicate what you did.
Yeah, we got to find a way to replicate what the NBA and the NHL are doing.
We not sure, practiced the crap out of it.
I'm not sure it fits for baseball.
Well,
first of all, you've got more teams.
You got traveling. You got to travel.
Well, no, I'm saying go to bubbles.
Well,
you might need a couple more bubbles. You got more teams, first of all, in baseball.
You have the opposing team come in. They got to wait 14 days before we can play them.
Well, no, but they are going to come in.
Yeah.
And then, you play just like you play the crap out of it is what you do.
Play 12 games.
Well, I'm just saying, first of all, you got more teams, so you need more bubbles. They deserve to scooch. Yeah, right. There'd have to be at least 3 bubbles, maybe 4 for baseball.
Uh-huh.
And certainly one of them would not be Miami. Actually, probably a good one would be New York. Their numbers have been coming down and have been kind of stable for a while. New York might be a good one to have.
Well, they've got more hotel rooms there that they could quarantine.
I mean, because you got, 31 or 32 baseball teams as opposed to 24 for the NBA and the NHL because they're not using their whole leagues to play because they're doing postseason stuff.
So have 4 regional sites with 8 teams in each Each
Yeah,
bubble?
in each bubble. You know, and you play all your games right there. Whatever.
Those are the 8 teams, or you're going to play for the year.
Right.
Yeah.
That's who you're going to play. And it won't make any difference to the fans because there's not going to be any fans.
Well, of course, there's going to be an asterisk beside this year anyway.
Oh,
what
yeah.
difference would it make if you're not going to play
Right.
your natural rival or something like that?
I don't know how, I don't know how what the record books are going to do with this season, how they're going to, I mean, it's probably going to be asterisks all over the place, but
The forgotten season. Hey, we might not even get through the whole season.
that's true. That's true. We don't, I mean, it didn't take long for this thing to just rip through Miami. So right now, Miami has hardly played. Philadelphia has hardly played. Then you've got,
And the Tigers play Philadelphia, don't they? No, they play
No.
Pittsburgh. I'm sorry.
yeah. And now St. Louis has got an issue. And they're not playing. So you got all of this going on here. And I don't even know what Miami's doing. They had to take 2 weeks off. What are they doing? They just sitting around? Because
They're out on the beach party.
yeah, well, because they're not playing games. I don't know if they're doing any kind of practicing or inter squad stuff. I mean, they got like 10 or 11 players that can't even be out on the field. They got to be quarantined for 2 weeks because they got COVID. So I don't know if they bring in some guys from the practice squad, but when they got to go back to playing again, they're going to be almost as rusty as the ones were to start the season.
Well, how many are on the practice squad? There's
30.
limit. There's 30. Well, what? I mean, all you need is 9 guys.
Well, you need 18. At least you're going to play an inter squad game
Well, yeah.
instead of just twiddling your thumbs. So I don't know. Are they playing inter squad games? What are they doing down there in Miami?
I don't know.
Besides hanging out. Well, that's just what I'm saying. And all it takes is for a couple of guys to get this stuff, and it just goes through the team like crazy. And then you're down for 2 weeks. The whole organization's down for 2 weeks. And we're seeing how this is kind of, spreading around. I just don't have a good feeling about how they're ever going to get through the season if they don't go to some kind of bubble thing. Because, they're still traveling around, and trying to play ball games. And I get it. But, and I think the players, I mean, a lot of fans, do they want to see the games? Yeah, they do. Of course they do. They'd love to be at the stadium watching in person. That's not going to happen. And, for some fans, they're just thinking this season is nothing but a money grab on both sides of the table. Mm-hmm. The owners are grabbing whatever.
Well, it started that way back on March 28th when they had the agreement. Then they started arguing. No, we want this. No, you can't have that. And then they end up giving them what they had on March 28th, essentially.
But I think some of the fans are thinking this thing is so crazy that the owners are just trying to get whatever they can get. They can't have any fan money, so we'll get whatever TV money we can get. The players are trying to get whatever money they can get. And there got to be some fans out there thinking, you're putting people in harm's way here with this whole thing. And maybe you just can't play this season until we get better numbers wherever,
I think mismanagement by, the league, and also you have to look at the team's mismanagement of not controlling the COVID-19 like other teams are doing. I mean, this is going to have an irreparable damage to baseball in general. I think people, like you said, people are sick and tired of the money grab by both the players and the union and the owners and the TV networks, and just take it right down the line. This is
and the thing is, you can't babysit these guys. These guys have got to buy in for their own welfare as well as the welfare for their teammates. You can't have somebody saying, I need to go to a funeral and then go to the strip club after the funeral.
Yeah.
That's just, that's just being a me. And it's not a team kind of thing. We can't, it doesn't work. And we're just trying to get to the other side of this.
Yes!
You know,
Yes!
they're-
Yes! Yes!
We got to get to the other side.
I know they're working on vaccines. Give them a chance. Let's get to the other side of this thing and not screw it up just like totally before we get there. It's just it's not working. And we'll talk more about this, and we got a break coming up in a few minutes, but more about this after the break. If we've got this kind of problem in Major League Baseball, a sport that essentially is a contactless sport.
Yeah, just think what's going to happen in the NFL.
See, yeah, there you go. How in the world are they ever going to do it in the NFL? I do not see that happening. The big thing here is we need to watch closely. It's still the NBA and the NHL. Now, those are not high contact sports, but they are contact sports.
Very definitely.
Yeah. So we need to watch that. And as long as they're doing well, then that's got to be the model. It could be that the bubble model is the only model that will get us any kind of NFL. Because
I don't see how you can have a bubble with the NFL because you don't play the same team twice.
Well, you'd have to do a similar deal like we talked about, like 3 or 4 bubbles. And yeah, and if you had 8 teams in each bubble, you'd play them twice, and that's a 14-game schedule. How else do you control it? I mean, the NFL is the most contact sport we got out there. You have to tackle somebody, for crying out loud. What are they going to play flag football here?
You got to be in their face too.
I know. Can you look at the guys on the offensive and defensive line?
Well, like I said before, remember, you can just picture this. The Ice Bowl in Green Bay where these linemen are coming up to the line of scrimmage and they're breathing so heavy that it goes about
you're seeing
6 feet.
Yeah, you can see it. You know when it goes cold. That's one of the cool things about playing in Green Bay.
That's right.
When it's like 10 below 0 and those guys come up to the line and it's you could see it.
And those aren't little puffs either. Those are big, heavy lungs.
No. And that's a sport where those guys on the offensive and defensive lines, they do like a foxtrot on every snap. That's what they're doing.
That's right.
And how do you you can't get around that. And they want to have them wear masks and stuff. They won't be able to breathe.
Well, the shield probably would be a good idea. Well, they already wear those.
I know. And they'll have that, but all they need to do is put them in a simulator, dial down the temperature to 0 in the simulator and just have, and you can do it with just your own team. And so you take one guy on the defensive side of the ball, defensive lineman, and an offensive lineman, and you guys do a little bingy, and you can check the breath because you'll be able to see it and see where it goes and what it's doing. And so I don't see it. We actually got more of this that we're going to talk about on the other side of the break.
Yep.
NFL. But I'm really not happy with what's going on in Major League Baseball. They got to get that down, and the bubble might be the only way to do it.
All right, 20 minutes before the hour here. You are inside the cave. If you'd like to talk sports with us, we'd love to talk to you. give us a call here on the studio line, 517-265-4000. Send us an email, sports@965thecave.com. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases.
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance all from one agency? Well, that's where the D.S. Johnson & Associates comes in. They can help protect what is important to you. So why not simplify your life? See the D.S. Johnson & Associates in Adrian, Morenci, or Monroe, or give them a call today at 517-263-2582. Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines review and approval.
Hello, I'm Mike Basham, the new service manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. This month we are offering special pricing on oil changes, 10% off any brake service, and savings on our BG air conditioning system deodorizer and performance enhancer. Remember, the Suburban Care program gets you 3 oil changes, 3 tire rotations, and 3 multi-point inspections for one low price. Busy schedule? We offer full service on Saturdays from 8 until 2, and also a fleet of loaner vehicles with a reservation. Get your vehicle ready for summer at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
We're talking with Steve Hayes from the Hayes Insurance Agency. Steve, what does it mean when we say you are independent agents?
Independent just simply means we have more than one carrier to go to. If someone calls and, hey, my price seems a little high on my auto insurance, what can you do for me?
You can do that. You can compare, find the best price and the best policy for them.
Our companies that we write for strictly write in the state of Michigan. So you're not getting caught up with a rate increase of a tornado that happened out of state somewhere, and these companies are trying to recoup that money. The companies that we deal with strictly right here in the state, they know the state, they know the people.
Rely on the experts at Hayes Insurance on Occidental Highway, providing real customer service for more than 50 years. Coverage you can count on and advice you can trust. Always there whenever you need them.
Call the experts. Hayes Insurance. You know just how close you've come. Insurance. Call Hayes Insurance. Get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
And you're back inside the cave here. Pat Hayes along with John Kane. Welcome. And it is about 7:45 in the morning here in Lenawee County, Michigan. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Pat.
And we've been talking, we've been dominated by COVID-19 and all the teams and who's doing it right and who's messing up. And it's a no-win situation.
Right. You're right about that. Of course, we need to talk a little bit about Mr. Stafford. Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford, unquestionably the biggest name to not only be on the list, but now to have tested positive. So that begs the question, how did he get this?
Well,
I mean,
I'm a little questionable of the test. Even the story kind of says he tested negative 2 days and then he tested positive.
Negative Tuesday and Wednesday.
And immediately they put him on the list.
Well, they have to. That's not an either or thing.
But we've been hearing a lot of false tests.
Well, it doesn't matter. You get one, you're on it. And the thing is, sure, it could be a false test, but we'll find that out. He'll be tested again a number of times before he's allowed back contact with the team. I'm not even sure how COVID works exactly. Is there like a incubation period after you get it? And like if they test you and you actually, or as soon as you get it, it shows up, I don't know that. It's obvious that maybe he could have, was it possible he had it on Tuesday or Wednesday when they tested him and he came up negative and the test would not show until a couple of days later?
The bad part about this, they don't know.
Yeah, see?
They don't know.
You don't know. All they know is he's got a positive test. That's what they know.
Why do some people get it worse than others? Why some people just have a little headache and a sore throat, and that's it.
And some people have nothing, and other people die.
Yeah,
that's as big of a range as you can get, and they don't know why.
Just reading an article yesterday about people wondering if they have a room air conditioner on, would that transmit that COVID-19? There are a lot of questions that have not been answered, and they may not be answered for a long, long time.
Right. But the thing is, I don't know how he got it. I mean, you got to wear your mask and stay 6 feet away from everyone. The only time that I do not have a mask on and I am actually closer than 6 feet to someone is here. Inside the cave.
But we have this.
But we got this
plexiglass.
Gigantic piece of plexiglass that separates us here in the cave.
Yep.
And so you have to have something like that. And so if Stafford, I don't know what he's doing, running around or what. I don't know how he picked it up. It's terribly, terribly unfortunate. And I'm really thinking, is he going to play this year? Or is he going to be opting out like a number of NFL players already have?
Because he's got a wife that had brain surgery here a couple of years ago. He's got, I think he's got
4 children, all 4 years or younger, including a
set of twins.
Yeah.
It's that's a tough.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be a tough call for me. I just wouldn't play.
Right.
Yeah.
But think about Stafford. I'm sure he's thinking that I'm getting pretty near the end here. I've been playing for the Lions for a long time. And
might as well not make this the last year.
Right. But, he might be thinking I can't afford to miss any seasons at this point now. It's not like I'm 23 or 24,
Well, he's the kind of guy that would take one for the team.
Oh, yeah. But his situation,
that's
a tough thing. He wants to play probably because he's at the end of his career, getting closer to it anyway.
And the thing of it is, there's probably 20 other guys, maybe even more than that, in the same situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you got to figure if Brady gets it, and he's in Florida, which is, I mean, you got to be walking around like with a a spacesuit down there if you're doing anything.
I think if Brady got it, they'd cancel the season.
Well, I think he would cancel his own season.
Well, yeah.
So, but I don't know how this. Stafford may not play, and he may, I'm sure he's probably healthy, but he's also probably got something in the back of his mind is one hit and his back could be gone again, just not a good situation for Stafford in general. Obviously, not a good situation for the Lions in general. If they have to play this season without Stafford, that's going to be, look what happened when he was out last year. Like, nothing happened.
Yeah, really.
So, I don't know. And NFL talked about it. There's hundreds of players that are on COVID lists or were on COVID lists in the NFL.
And there's a representative number of players who have opted out of this whole season.
Yeah.
I wonder what that number is. I'm sure it's pretty substantial.
I don't know how many, but I'm sure it's probably might be 50 or 50 players.
Oh, at least I think
that have said I'm not going to.
And we haven't started the season yet either, and I'm sure there may be more. As we go along, these players are seeing who's coming down with this COVID-19 and say, "Oh man, I'm not going to get that. I'm going to opt out."
Well, yeah. The thing is, they don't know. These guys are opting out, and we haven't, and they've barely even started doing workouts, let alone doing some serious practicing and playing games. And we got this, and it's so difficult. And like you said,
well,
the worst thing about this is these guys are thinking, I could get it. I might be asymptomatic. I might not.
Mm-hmm.
I could have neurological disorders. I can have heart issues. There was one guy the other day, a professional athlete, that has had to opt out of the season because he got COVID and now he's got a heart issue.
Yeah.
Relative to it.
Secondary things that come up.
Because you don't know how COVID's going to treat anybody. That's the weirdest part about this thing.
Yeah.
And so what does it mean? I don't know. I'm saying I don't know if they could do a bubble, but I think that's their best chance.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I know that there's one sport that COVID-19 has nothing to do with, and that is our Lenawee Diamond League.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yep, we have some teams that are on the verge of maybe clinching a playoff spot.
Oh, that could happen tonight.
It could happen tonight. Let's see. We've got a game between Clinton and Hudson. That is a crucial game. Clinton stands up there right now, 5-1, and Hudson is 4-2.
Yeah.
So this could be this could tighten.
Well, no,
up.
yeah. Clinton wins and they clinch.
Yeah.
And
if Hudson wins, they tie. So,
right. So it's a huge game.
And this,
and this would be our first. This is our first chance actually for someone to clinch a spot in the postseason.
But Clinton also plays next week, and also Hudson plays next week. So.
Right. So they got one more game.
Yeah,
left.
they got one more game.
Clinton is the first one that's got a shot to clinch here in Diamond League action, and you can catch that tonight.
Yep.
Who's doing that? You doing that game?
No, that's Jeff and
JR.
JR.
Okay.
And that'll be Hudson versus Clinton. Clinton's the home team tonight. And also this week, a game that Ian and I will be doing on Wednesday. It'll be Morenci versus Madison. And
that's a big game there, too.
That's a big game, too. That could tie things up in the Cave division.
Actually, that's another opportunity
for Morenci.
They could clinch
the
division.
Mm-hmm.
If they win, I mean, we're getting there. There's only 2 weeks left.
And then we have on Thursday, we got Sand Creek versus Addison. And both of those teams are still in the hunt for the playoffs, but they have to win.
The loser's going to be out.
Yeah, loser's going to be out. And then on Saturday at 2 o'clock here on the Cave, it'll be Onsted versus Adrian. And that is a must-win
for both.
Both. The Maples are a game behind Tecumseh in the IAT division,
and Onsted's trying to keep within range of Clinton.
Yeah, Onsted with a 4-3 record.
They really
just behind, half a game behind Hudson.
Yeah, Onsted really needs Hudson to win that game tonight against.
And this is Onsted's last game of the regular season. So,
right.
Wow. It's going to be interesting here going down to the wire at the Lenawee Diamond League. Each night, 6 p.m., right after the huge show here on 96.5 The Cave. And, of course, on Saturday afternoon, matinee game, 2 o'clock, live from Cave Stadium. So don't miss it. We got some great games coming up. And we've got a great hour coming up next here. Don't go away. You're at 96.5 The Cave.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a white 2016 GMC Terrain. This all-wheel drive SUV is great on gas, roomy, but not too big, stylish, and very well taken care of. Some features include power steering and remote keyless entry. And best of all, only 30,500 miles. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
Get your vehicle in shape for the summer with a complete cleanup at Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing. They will clean your vehicle inside and out. They offer detailing services like interior shampoo, hand wax, and buffing. Their expert staff will make your car, SUV, or van sparkle. They even do boats, RVs, and semis. Gift certificates available. Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Ask about their monthly membership and their annual memberships. They're located on West Beecher Street next to Barrett's.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
There's a lot of talk about germs, especially these crazy virus germs. We are aware and have a solution to stop them inside your vehicle. At Gary's Quick Lube, we are offering ViraGuard. The ViraGuard system is a dry fog disinfecting system that uses nanotechnology to disinfect deep within soft surfaces and cracks that liquids or mist just can't get to. For additional information, call us at 423-1412 or stop in and see us at 1360 West Chicago Boulevard in Tecumseh. Let Gary's Quick Lube clean your germs away.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
Welcome back to the second hour of Inside the Cave. My name is Pat Hayes. John Kane is with me this morning. Hello, Lenawee County.
Yep. Hello, Lenawee County.
And we've been talking sports here this morning for the last hour. If you missed it, we'll get you caught up here in just a minute. If you'd like to talk to us live on the air, please do so. Give us a call here on the studio line, 517-265-4000. We'd love to hear from you and get your impressions of what's going on in the world of sports. And we certainly have a lot of that. First, though, we got to do our COVID update.
Right, the COVID update. Sunday. Not a good day.
No.
For Lenawee. 12 new cases of COVID. But, you know, the best thing about all of this, we have not had any increases in hospitalizations here in Lenawee County, just 4. And we have 12 total deaths from COVID-19, but 12 new cases. And this is Sunday. We won't have Monday's numbers up until this afternoon. And so you can catch those numbers tomorrow morning on the Cave. I know Ian's got to be part of that. Who else is in there with him? Is that Ian and JR?
No, JR. I think Jeff's going to do it tomorrow. JR has
he's
some
busy.
Government work to do.
Oh, yeah. Boy, it's probably cyber connected. That guy's like, he's really into cyber stuff.
Well, he's our Twitter man.
Yeah. So he knows all the ins and outs of that. So
he certainly does.
Quiet, numbskulls! I'm broadcasting.
That's how he broadcasts. is on Twitter, and I don't even have an account. I've never put a thing on Twitter in my life.
You and me both, and I want to learn how to do that. Maybe the two of us could take a class.
You go right ahead. I'll get back to you on that. So
go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that's the COVID update.
COVID update.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
Yeah, right.
Put your earphones on.
Okay. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. In case you missed it, first hour, the Detroit Tigers suddenly have an unexpected and an unwanted week off. The Tigers' 4-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals. And, you know, I wish that could have happened. And I guess they'll make it up sometime. But I need the Tigers. I hate the Cardinals.
Why do you hate the Cardinals?
Because
Bob Gibson?
No, I don't hate Gibson. He was a great player. I hate the Cardinals because the Cardinals defeated the Tigers that one year in the World Series.
Bob Gibson.
I didn't say I hated Gibson, just the Cardinals. And so I hate the Cardinals. They're kind of like my the Cardinals are kind of like my the Blackhawks, you know. I hate the Blackhawks. I would hate the White Sox, but they've never been any good.
Well, the Cardinals,
they can't really do much damage to you.
The Cardinals, of course, in the National League Central, they have a 2-3 record. The Cubbies on top with 8-2 record, followed by Cincy 5-5, Brewers at 3-4, St. Louis 2-3, and the lowly Pirates 2-8.
Hopefully the Tigers can make some hay there on Friday. We'll see. But anyway, I wish it could have happened. I wanted the Tigers to pound St. Louis, but
That'll have to wait.
Yep, that'll have to wait.
Doubleheader sometime later in the season.
Or more.
Hey, we haven't had a triple header in a long time. Remember we used to have those?
Triple header, huh? Maybe, it could be by the time they get to the end of the season, they might have to.
Well, they might play just 5 innings.
Yeah, 5 innings. Yeah. And I think that they should do it all at once.
Just play right straight through?
Yeah, just do the 15 innings, and then at the end of 5, that's the end of that one. And
like
then,
do it like NASCAR does it. They have stages.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play 15 innings, and who's ever leading at the end of 5 wins.
Right. And hopefully you got somebody leading at the end of 5. But
does it carry over to the next 5 if you're tied?
Well, no, they won't do that. They'll do the old plop.
Oh, second base.
Yeah, the old second base plop. So, and of course, if you're only going 5, you got a greater chance of having to do the plop as opposed to playing 9 or even 7. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah. Anyway, the Cardinals are going to remain in Milwaukee after 6 players and 7 staff tested positive for COVID-19.
The staff probably got it from the players.
Or who knows, vice versa. Doesn't make any difference. 6 players, that's 20% of their squad. Yeah, kind of hard to play without 20% of your squad. So the series had already been reconfigured to accommodate the Cardinals originally. They were originally slated to play 2 games against the Tigers in Detroit on Monday and Tuesday, followed by 2 more games in St. Louis on Wednesday and Thursday. So I don't get it. Why did the Tigers have to give up 2 home games? Why did the Cardinals? We're refiguring it for you, Cardinals, not Detroit. So if we're refiguring for you, that means you give up the 2 home games when they play all 4 in Detroit. No, they got to play all 4 in St. Louis. And the Tigers got a better record. What's going on here? Where do they come up with this stuff? So anyway, the Cardinals now have 7 games that have to be rescheduled.
Yep, 7, count them.
Yeah, and I guess, they're going to accommodate the Cardinals on the 7 rescheduled games. And the way it's going, the Cardinals figure, why should we just play any games at all? We'll just get everything we want, when they reschedule. So their weekend series with the Milwaukee Brewers, of course, was also postponed. The Tigers, who are 5-5, were originally slated to play 20 games in the first 20 days, but now they'll have 4 days off. Don't really need that, but we'll see. And, of course, as Pat mentioned, they face Pittsburgh on Friday in Pittsburgh, and they need, with the Pirates being 2-8, to get some W's out of that one. They need at least to take the series at least 2-1.
Yeah,
So,
get a team when they're down.
That's right. Got to do it. Sorry.
Oh, baby, a triple!
Yeah, let's get the sweep.
Yeah!
Okay. All right. Lions quarterback Matthew They know what Stafford. to do and how to do it.
Sorry.
No. Far and away the biggest name of any player on the league's new COVID-19 list. He's also the only quarterback on the list. And he has tested positive for the virus. Stafford had passed tests on Tuesday and Wednesday before getting a positive result on Friday, according to MMQB. He was moved to the COVID-19 list on Saturday, although there was some ambiguity over whether he had tested positive or just come in contact with an infected person.
Say that again.
So both require a trip to the COVID list. Well, obviously, Saturday, they hadn't had the results of his Friday test yet. So they didn't know. Anyway, the Lions have 7 other players, so that gives them 8 total. And a lot of the good offense. The other 7 include receiver Kenny Galladay and tight end T.J. Hawkinson. Along with Stafford, that's a substantial portion of your offense this year.
All your offense.
Well, hopefully not all, but, and tight end Isaac Nauta. What's with the tight ends getting this thing? Got 2 tight ends getting this stuff. Cornerback Justin Coleman, cornerback Amani
Yeah, pronounce that name.
Or you Wary. I don't know. And safety Jalen Elliott. Apparently the secondary's got some issues. 2 cornerbacks and a safety. And punter Aaron Sippos. Obviously,
heard of 'em.
Yeah, none of them have been activated. And that means those players couldn't rejoin the team for physicals over the weekend, nor will they be eligible to join the strength and conditioning program that begins today. So that means, does that mean Stafford hasn't had his physical?
I would
say
not.
probably not. So that's an issue, trying to come back from
a broken back.
Yeah. Asymptomatic players have to wait 10 days to return or test negative twice in 24 hours, no less than 5 days after a positive test. So, Stafford tested positive on Friday. So Wednesday, they can't test him again until Wednesday. And hopefully, maybe it'll come back negative.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Symptomatic players, on the other hand, have to wait at least 10 days because Stafford is asymptomatic, according to MMQB. So he can.
You know what that means? MMQB?
No. I think it's got something to do with quarterback.
Monday morning quarterback.
So, anyway, they got to wait 10 days since first experiencing symptoms and at least 3 days since last experiencing symptoms. So a doctor must also sign off on all returns from a positive test. That means the doc has got to sign off on Stafford when they get him back. As I said, he's asymptomatic. He has not spoken publicly since his positive test, but he did say earlier in the offseason he was looking forward to playing football again after missing the final 8 games of last season because of that broken back. So
that's a long time off.
I know. It's a long time off. It's been worse for baseball.
Plus, what? There's no preseason games?
No.
And
you're just going to go.
It's going to be, you better be set to go.
You're just going to go provided you got enough players to play. So what they really need is to develop an instantaneous test.
Well, I thought they did. They had one that you could within 15 minutes.
All right. Well, then if they got that, then they get ready for the play of the game, and you have your COVID test pregame. All the players stand on either sideline, and you just go right down, ding, 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 and in 15 minutes you find out whether you're going to have a game or not.
That could be sponsored.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Pfizer or somebody is bound to sponsor that. So you can do that. It'd be the COVID-19 pre-game show test brought to you by Pfizer, and you just go right down the line. And
Matthew Stafford, he's going to play today. He doesn't have it.
Yeah, right. I mean,
we practiced the crap out of it.
And they hook it up to the PA, address announcer, and they line them up after the test, and each guy steps forward, and he either gets a yay or which means he's got to leave the stadium.
Kenny Galladay is positive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right, whatever. So I didn't know they had a 15-minute thing.
Well, that's I could be wrong, but thought there was one.
Right. But I think that's great. I mean, I think they could sell that and get some of the money back that they're having to spend on the tests. Right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, and that's another thing we'll talk about here.
It's probably a trade out with that they.
That could be. Yeah, you're right. They probably traded out with Pfizer to sponsor the pregame, and they get the test.
We should be careful listing these names.
Well, we're just joking.
We're just joking.
Yeah, we're just using whatever
sarcasm. Well, I should hope so because I'm laying it on pretty thick.
We are.
So, all right, we're moving on here just a little bit.
Let's get into auto racing.
All right. Going to be a big,
big weekend.
Big weekend. The week keeps getting better and better for Michigan NASCAR Cup driver Brad Keselowski. The 35-year-old Rochester Hills native won his third NASCAR Cup Series race of the season on Sunday, capturing the checkered flag at New Hampshire. And his Penske Motorsports team then announced Monday that Keselowski had agreed to a contract extension. I got to talk a little bit about this. Anyway.
They weren't going to let him get away.
Yeah, I get that. But,
Hendrick.
But checkered flag. Why is it that checkered flag is good, but checkered past is not? I don't get that. So that's something that needs to be
They had a lot of checkered flags.
That needs to be discussed. So. Yeah. The release did not include the contract terms, although the Associated Press's Jenna Fryer has reported that it is a one-year deal. I'll get back to that in just 1 second. Keselowski joined Penske in 2010 and has won 32 of his 33 career race wins with the organization. Monday's announcement ended months of speculation regarding Keselowski, who is in the final year of his contract of driving the number 2 Ford Mustang. Keselowski, the 2012 Cup champion, was this season's most prized free agent, with his name often being mentioned as a possible replacement for 7-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson at Hendrick Motorsports in the number 48 Chevrolet. Well, if he was the most prized free agent, and his name has been linked to maybe replacing 7-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson, why in the world do you only get a one-year deal? What's with that?
I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, what's going on there? If he's such a prized guy, and who wanted the one-year deal? Was it Keselowski or was it Penske?
They're saying it's a one-year deal, but maybe there's something in the works for something a little bit more long-term.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
They wanted to get it done here before too long.
Okay. Maybe they just wanted, before Hendrick said they just snatched him.
It's funny to think of Jimmy Johnson as one of the old veteran drivers in NASCAR. And I think Keselowski is he's not a young gun and he's not an old veteran. He's kind of in the middle. He's still in the prime of his career.
Right.
And so but Jimmy Johnson, man, we remember when he came up, he was just one of the young guns. And now half the young guns they don't even know.
And these guys most of the time hit a streak. I'd have to go back and check the record, but Johnson won. He's won 7 championships, and he might have done that in like maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look, a dozen years or 14 years. Those guys usually normally win those They're just in a groove. They're crew chiefs and everything, and they're driving, and they get into a groove, and they just dominate for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel bad for Jimmy Johnson that, of course, he had COVID, and this was probably going to be his last shot to try and break the record. But he's in pretty good company with Dale.
Well,
Dale Earnhardt is.
You talk about the old guys. You know, Kevin Harvick. He's been around a long time. Denny Hamlin. He's been around a long time. Even Joey Logano. He's not a young gun anymore. Of course, you got Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch. Some of the old names. Jimmy Johnson, of course, as we said. And you go down the list here. A lot have been around for quite a while, but the young guns coming up. Names are coming up. Elliott. You've got Amarola. Benedetto.
It's kind of like golf. It's like you don't know the names anymore.
Yeah, right. McDowell.
Because you got
Bushler,
new guys coming
Bell.
in.
Ricky Stenhouse has been around a while. The Nemechek name has been there for several decades.
Yeah. That's one that a lot of people know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Keselowski is returning to his home state this weekend. It's going to be, we'll be looking for his first career Michigan victory.
I can't believe he hasn't won at Michigan.
It's, it's just one of those things, Some guys just have favorite tracks that they do well on. So we'll see. Anyway, he's going to get 2 cracks at it. He'll compete in a doubleheader at Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn this weekend. Saturday, 4 p.m., Firekeepers Casino 400. And Sunday at 4:30 is going to be the Consumers Energy 400. So, what I'm wondering is it going to be like, it's got to be a guy somewhere. He's going to do like what I call a double B, binoculars in a bucket truck, and find a spot he could park close to the speedway and go up there and see the race, because it's going to be weird. It's weekend racing at MIS, but there's not going to be any traffic on the roads.
There's really only one spot, because MIS owns all that land around, except for the state park there that's on the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Of 12 and 50.
Yeah, that little.
And that's a high point there up by the state park there.
Right. There could be a little tailgating going on there, but make sure that you spread out.
Spread out, yeah, absolutely. That's part of the deal.
Spread out.
And I'm figuring a bucket truck and some binoculars, and you could catch the race.
Yeah, you could.
And do the update.
Since they took down a lot of those stands around the third turn there,
you get a good look there.
There's a good look.
Yeah.
You can even see going down 50 a little bit if you look to your left. At the gate there, that one main gate there, you can see in there a little bit, but I'm not sure if you can see the track.
Yeah, if you look to your left and you're pulled over to the side of the road, not looking to your left while you're still driving.
Yeah. Well, I was up there a couple weeks ago. I was at the state park.
Oh, okay.
We met another couple there, and
you're not talking about the one at 12 and 50. Oh, you were?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
We were there, and I said, "Gee, in a couple weeks, we can just come back and listen to the race cars."
Yeah, there you go. Drive around. We could do. We'll get Pat. We'll get him hooked up. It won't even be virtual. If he could get an eyeball on somebody, he could actually say so and so's in the lead, and it's real.
There you go. Hey, we got to take a break here. It's 23 minutes after the hour. You are inside the cave this morning with Pat Hayes and John Kane.
When trades are made, when records are broken, when championships lay in the balance, we've got you covered. 96.5, The Cave.
I'm Stan the Man, I am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are now the norm, and older roofs can spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weep. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today and we'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, that's 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with honesty and pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you. For Stan the Man and the Cats in the Blue Hats, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com. Again, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision. Where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
A specialty pet store doesn't mean higher prices. At Red Mill Pet Supplies, it means a healthier selection. Our experienced staff will help make sure you get the best nutritional value for your pet, and our frequent buyer program will help you save when you shop with us. For your dogs, cats, small animals, fish, reptiles, and birds, all your pets need for a healthier, happier life can be found at Red Mill Pet Supplies, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and at redmillpetsupplies.com.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
Is your vehicle so dirty that little kids are writing wash me notes on it?
My hands are all dirty.
Is your wife ashamed to ride with you?
Let's take my car.
Is your vehicle so dirty that it looks like it's a different color?
I thought your car was white.
Then it's time to go to Sudsy Does a Car Wash. We know you want your car to look great, so try Sudsy Does a Car Wash in Tecumseh.
Sudsy Does a Car Wash, Gary's Quick Lube too.
I found us a place that wants to hire a few good employees. That's us.
Wait, does it pay well?
It does. And we can get meals and discounts on all kinds of things. The hours are flexible. They even offer scholarships, insurance, and a retirement plan.
Sounds too good to be true.
Nope, it's true.
McDonald's offers a wide variety of job and career opportunities from crew member to management. We're hiring for both our North and South Main locations in Adrian and at our Hudson Meridian Road McDonald's.
Wouldn't it be sweet to have an endless supply of Culver's fresh frozen custard always at the ready? Just do what we do. Start each day by pouring fresh dairy into your precise temperature-controlled custard machine. Trust me, once you have one, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Adjust flow to produce creamy ribbons of frozen custard. And lastly, this is the best part, do the spoon test to ensure smooth texture. Yum!
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole frozen custard made throughout the day thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
It's 8:30 and you are inside the cave here on 96.5 FM. Pat Hayes along with John Kane this morning, and we've been talking a lot of sports, a lot of COVID-19, and just about everything else in between. But we're going to change the subject here, I think, aren't we, John?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit of college basketball news. Michigan is still in the mix for a pair of 5-star prospects who made announcements this weekend. Harrison Ingram, a forward from Dallas, cut his list on Saturday from 10 schools to 6. Michigan is in that group. The day before, combo guard Jalen Worley said he would reveal his college choice on August 9th. Ingram's finalists are Harvard, Howard, Michigan, North Carolina, Purdue, and Stanford. That's kind of an eclectic mix there, but Ingram is very high on the academic aspects of college basketball. Originally, Harvard was not on the list because he hadn't received an offer from Harvard. But when he got an offer from Harvard, he put them in the mix. And, of course, Howard, you might think that's a little bit unusual, but both of Ingram's parents graduated from Howard. So that's the reason they're in there. And so when you got Harvard and Howard, Stanford, and so he's really big into the academic end and going to be anybody's guess.
Well, I think Harvard's got the inside shot on that.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
You don't know. The 6'7" Ingram is listed as a forward, but is capable of playing point guard. The 247 Sports Composite rankings have Ingram as the number 13 player in the class. Worley, meanwhile, has set a date for his decision. He'll announce on Sunday. So, of course, that's, as we said before, is August 9th. Florida State, Memphis, Miami, Michigan, Oregon, and Virginia are the schools that Worley will pick from, according to 247 Sports. The 6'5" Worley, who plays for Westtown School just outside of Philadelphia, is ranked as the number 23 player in the class. Michigan has 3 commitments thus far for 2021, a pair of shooting guards / wings in Chicago's Isaiah Barnes and Grand Rapids' Kobe Buffkin, plus Minnesota forward Will Tschetter. Michigan has at least 2 openings in the class, and of course they'd love to get Ingram and Worley with those 2 openings. And it kind of, the Juwan Howard and the Wolverines have missed on a couple of 5-stars previously, so it would be great if they could wrap up these 2 guys, and they got to kind of keep up with the Joneses with the talent Amani Bates is bringing to East Lansing. So you got to keep up
other
there.
Guys too,
right? That's what I mean. There's a couple of 5-stars that are coming along with Amani. Yeah. So you got to keep up there, Joanne, and keep up with the Joneses here in basketball. One other note: it's going to be another big weekend in football recruiting for Michigan, as on Saturday, August 8th, it's going to be Rocco Spindler, one of the top guards. He's a top 50 player, offensive guard who plays for Clarkston in Michigan. He is set to announce his choice, and of course the Wolverines are heavily in the mix for that one.
Is Notre Dame in the mix on that one?
Yeah.
Rocco Spindler, that sounds like a Notre Dame football player.
Yeah, I think the consensus is, although Rocco really hasn't said it, but most of the quote-unquote experts think it's going to come down to between Michigan and Notre Dame for his pick on Saturday.
Shall we talk a little bit about more Michigan basketball, maybe the probable starters?
Oh, yeah.
For this year?
Yeah, sure.
Well, let's take a look.
If we get any starters, I mean,
yeah, well,
because well, go ahead, name the starters and I'll.
All right, point guard, we've got Mike Smith. He's the probable starter, and his backups will be Eli Brooks, Zeb Jackson, and Brandon Wade. So, what do you think of that?
Well, Michigan is solid. I mean. Yeah. I don't know if you had to pick someone who would be favored to win. Michigan's got to be right there. I'm not even sure who else.
Yeah.
You'd put in that group.
You're right.
I think they got to be up there. as either the favorite or the co-favorite.
Yeah. These probable starting lineups is from GBM Wolverine. And at the shooting guard, they're predicting that Shawnee Brown will be the shooting guard, backed up by Eli Brooks and Adrian Nunez. Small forward, we have, of course, Franz Wagner, backed up by Terrence Williams and Jace Howard. And, of course, he's going to be being looked at the NBA after this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So this will probably be his
final season
last year. Power forward, of course, we're welcoming back Isaiah Livers. He'll be backed up by Brandon Johns and Terrence Williams.
That was an odyssey, wasn't it?
That was real odd.
But he made it back into the.
He wasn't a first-round pick.
Yeah, he made it back into the fold.
And center, Hunter Dickinson, and he'll be backed up by Austin Davis and Brandon Johns Jr. So that looks.
But
that's a pretty good starting lineup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But more and more, what we hear out of college basketball is that we could be looking at just a conference-only season and not starting until January. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, COVID's a concern, but because of COVID, a number of schools have altered their academic calendar. And a lot of schools are going to try and start classes in late August if they can, and then go straight through without a break to Thanksgiving, and then the students won't be back until January. So they're saying, makes a lot of sense maybe to play a conference schedule beginning in January and go from there. So that's a real possibility.
Well, they're pulling out all the stops as far as academia.
Trying to make it work.
Yeah, trying to make it work. And, of course, online learning, it just isn't the same.
No, it's not. But, there's always been, Southern Cal announced weeks ago that there would be no students on campus this fall, that everything would be online. So just in response, LA was a hot bed. They're trying to cool that down. And
virtual learning doesn't seem right.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, obviously. And obviously it's not, but I hope, I don't know how this is going to work. They're all saying the degree's worth the same, but I'm thinking, you got to offer a discount because, like you said, being on campus is part of the experience. So I haven't heard anything about that, offering a discount. But we'll see.
I sure hope this doesn't go more than a year.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone's hoping.
We have some kids that were virtual learners.
Right. Everyone's hoping at least that maybe we might have a vaccine in January.
Or sooner.
Or sooner, but they're hoping January. So we gotta hope on that and get that around and figured out. But wouldn't surprise me if that's how college basketball works out this year, that they won't start until January and everyone's going to play conference only schedule. So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll absolutely see about that. All right, we got to go to break here in just a second. We got to get to maybe the height of summer, but the National Weather Service in Grand Rapids is warning the public about dangerously cold water temperatures in Lake Michigan. They put out a notice yesterday, and they said low temperatures will be present along the lake shore over the next few days. Northerly flow will actually pull water away from the shore, which causes upwelling along the coast. That will drop beach water temperatures dangerously cold. So we're talking beach water temperatures, which we don't know for sure, but at this time of the year is at least in the 70s somewhere, the beach water temperatures in Lake Michigan. Well, they're saying the beach water temperatures from Ludington to South Haven, that's quite a stretch, will be in the 40s or low 50s. So Those kind of water temperatures can lead to cold shock in 1 minute, incapacitation in 10 minutes, and hypothermia in an hour. So be careful. And I guess we got to go to break. It's that time.
We do. It's time to pay some bills here. You are inside the cave. It's 20 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. Pat Hayes along with John Kane inside the cave this morning. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports.
We are so grateful to our local heroes, those serving our community every day, to the people working at our grocery stores. We are encouraged by your bravery as you keep our homes stocked with food. To our first responders, how we are grateful for your courage when you come to the need of our community. To our medical personnel and their support teams, working on the front lines to combat this deadly virus. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. So as a community, let us join together while keeping appropriate social distancing and tell our local heroes how much we love and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifices of their loved ones. May God's mighty hand protect and guide each of you during these uncertain times.
This message is brought to you by 3-Dimensional Physical Therapy, 3D PT, because people matter.
Is your asphalt driveway cracking? Does it need maintenance after years of wear and tear? This is Rocky from K&B Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating. We do seal coating, hot rubber crack filling, and unlike others, we also do our own striping, patching, and paving. We are your one-stop shop for all your driveway and parking lot needs. We have 25 years of expertise and are fully insured for commercial and residential work. Visit us online or call 264-2541 for more information. At K&B Asphalt, we pledge to keep our customers satisfied by providing expert service with quality materials at a competitive price.
We support a lot of local businesses, and we appreciate you supporting us. This is Josh Holly, General Sales Manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Here's reasons to get your next vehicle from us. Chevy makes the best vehicles on the road. You'll discover our staff is always professional and friendly. And if you don't find the vehicle you want on our lot, we have access to a huge inventory through the Suburban Collection. Come out and experience the difference on the corner of M52 and US 12 at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Make the choice.
Concerned about what's in your pet food? Wondering if your pet is slowing down because of old age or just something else? Come to Red Mill Pet Supplies. Many pets can benefit by switching to our unique raw food products. They have the highest nutritional value because nothing is lost during processing. Let us help teach you the differences. All your pet's need for a healthier, happier life can be found at 1111 West Chicago Boulevard, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and on Facebook at Red Mill Pet Supplies.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
You're back inside the cave this morning with John Kane and yours truly, Pat Hayes. We've been talking a lot of sports here this morning. We love to talk to you. If you like Give us a call here on the studio line at 517-265-4000. We got about 10 minutes left in the show, so make it quick if you want to talk to us. And John, you want to talk a little bit more NFL?
Yeah, just briefly. I mean, the NHL and the NBA are making it work with the bubble. Baseball's having some problems. You think the bubble works for baseball?
Well, yeah.
But even if it could work, is it too late now to try and organize that? That would be, you'd have to spend, at least a couple weeks getting that thing organized, getting all the teams into 3, maybe 4 spots in the country to play all their games, all the teams there.
Major League Baseball moves in slow motion, though.
Yeah. You'd have to get the players to agree to that. That could be like an issue.
It took us from March 28th until July to start the season.
So that's probably not going to work. So we got to hope that works. And what is the NFL looking at? They're not even considering the bubble, and how is that going to work out with all the players that are either opting out or...
They're going to tough it out.
Yeah, they're going to tough it out. And how does that fold over to college and high school football? You can't do bubbles in college or high school football. That won't work. And the colleges and certainly the public and private high schools don't have the financial resources to test like the professional sports do. How's that going to work? Until we get out there, and I just keep stressing this, we got to get the numbers down. If you want to see football this year in the United States, we got to get the numbers down. So just think about that. Just think about doing what you need to do. Stay away from people. Keep the mask on. Get the numbers down so we can have some football
spread out
this fall. So that's all I'm saying. So let's talk virtual. Diamond League action.
Boy, we have got a race going in every single division. And,
you got the standings there?
I got the standings here now. The IAT Insurance Division standings. We show the Tecumseh Indians with a 5-2 record. The Adrian Maples right behind at 4-3. And both of these teams play this. Adrian plays this week, and Tecumseh plays next week. So each team has one game left. So
and each one of them got to, obviously.
Each one of them got to win in order to
Well, they do, but Tecumseh has already clinched a tie.
Correct.
For the division.
Correct.
And we still haven't gotten around to letting people. We're going to let you know on the tiebreaker rules. We haven't gotten around to that yet.
Well, we have 3 divisions. We've got the IAT Insurance Division, we got the Beecher Street Car Wash Division, and the Cave Division. Each one of those champions will make the playoffs, and then one other team among all 3 divisions will make the playoffs. So it'll be a 4-team playoff for the championship here of the Diamond League. So, as we said, Tecumseh has the inside track right now. They are 5-2, clinched a tie. Adrian Maples are in a half a game back.
4-3. They got to win.
They got to win. And then the Addison Panthers and Lenawee Christian, they are both at 3-4. Both of those teams have an outside chance. Outside chance.
I'm thinking 4-4 is not going to get the wild card.
No.
So
because in the next division we've got Clinton 5-1.
Who could clinch the title tonight.
Yep, they could clinch it tonight if they win. They play Hudson, which is in second place. If Hudson wins, that ties it up.
Right.
So then there's Onstead with a 4-3 record, and Blissfield, of course, was eliminated a couple of weeks ago. They are 0-7 on the season. In the Cave Division, we've still got a race there. Morenci Bulldogs with a 4-2 record, followed by Madison Trojans with a 3-3 record, and those 2 teams play this week.
Right, and you look at that one, you're looking at the division winner because it does not look like the wild card team can come out of that division.
No, Britton Deerfield with a 2-5 record, Sand Creek 3-4 record. So,
and we've only had 2 teams mathematically eliminated.
That's right. It'd be BD and Blissfield.
Yeah. So, that's pretty good going into the last. It's been a really competitive season.
A real tight race here to the finish. And, of course, this week is our second to the last week of the season. And it will be culminated next week with Tecumseh versus Blissfield, Lenawee Christian versus BD, Madison versus Clinton, and Morenci versus Hudson. So pretty much I think we'll know after this week's games kind of who's going to be in the driver's seat.
Well, I think we'll
eliminate some teams.
Yeah, we're going to eliminate some teams, and we'll have a pretty good idea who's got the division titles wrapped up, or at least a tie for the division titles. But that wild card entry could be
the tiebreaker here.
Yeah.
What is that going to look like, John?
we're still talking about that. We haven't come up with it.
Well, head to head. Yeah, head to head.
We're thinking it's going to be head to head, certainly. I don't know how much traction we're going to get out of that because it seems like all the teams are splitting.
That's right.
This year.
It could be total number of runs scored.
Oh, could be a lot. But I think the second one is going to be what your record is inside the division.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not sure how much we'll get out of that because actually, the teams only play, one game outside the division, their own division. So
they play 8 games total.
8 games total, but most of them are divisional matchups.
Right.
So we don't know how much. And then number 3, we're thinking about total runs scored.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4, we're thinking about fewest runs allowed. And then we're thinking about the coin.
I don't think it's going to come to that, though.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
So hopefully not.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll have a 1-game playoff for that final
boy.
spot.
Yeah, okay. We don't know yet. Well, I suppose it's possible. You could actually wind up, especially like for the wild card, the 2 teams that...
You could have 3 teams, maybe.
Yeah, that are like dead even record-wise and runs-wise, and that could happen. Then... Yeah, it might not. A flip might not be fair. We might have to have a game. I don't know. But we're going to take it. We're just like everybody else.
Yeah.
In sports going on right now, we're just taking it one day at a time, and
we have to because we don't know who the winners of these games are going to be because of the system that we have.
Right.
Doesn't allow us to manipulate or anything else.
Right.
The outcome of these games.
So keep it tuned. Remember tonight. 6 p.m.
Yeah, big one tonight.
Clinton and Hudson. That's a huge game. Clinton has already. Well, no, they still have 2 games left.
Yeah, they do.
So technically, they haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't clinched. They could clinch the division title tonight.
Yeah, tonight
with a win over Hudson.
But a win by Hudson could really put them.
Well, they'd be tied, and who knows what could happen after that.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. But yeah. Tune in at 6 o'clock this evening and keep going to Cave Stadium and the concessions. We're running out of balls. There's so many foul balls that we're running out, and we don't want to be in that situation, especially as exciting as all this is going to happen down the stretch.
Well,
so
even better, the food is great.
I know.
We've even had polls on our food.
I know.
I think hot dogs are still the main.
Well, yeah, it is. It's just
gotta be.
The thing about hot dog is that the buns fit so well in your hand.
We've seen some really great defensive efforts by all of these teams this year. We haven't seen a triple play though, but we've seen a lot of double plays.
Right.
And
we just had our first inside the park home run.
The other night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we haven't seen a no-hitter.
No, we have not. No.
We've come close.
Yeah, I think we had the
2-hitter or something.
There was a 2-hitter or a 1-hitter or something.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot happen in the cave.
So if you haven't tuned in, do it.
Yeah.
Right down to the wire here, and these games are going to get really interesting, and we're having a lot of fun doing them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It really has been fun, and we really do appreciate all of the school districts in Lenawee County participating. Of course, we appreciate our sponsors. Ida Insurance, Beecher Street Car Wash, and K&B Asphalt. So for sponsoring our broadcast this summer, and we've had a lot of fun with it. And I know the staff and employees of the school districts who wound up playing the games have gotten some mentions from family and friends about how well they're probably doing.
What I like to do, I kind of make up the lineup card, and I usually like to put superintendents out in left field.
Yeah, okay.
And just as a little joke there.
Yeah, I know. Or either that, or put them on the pitching mound, and perhaps the manager has to come out and yank the superintendent.
We're having a lot of fun, that's for sure. Hey, that's going to wrap things up for us this morning on this Tuesday. Glad you could join us here inside the cave. And see who's on tomorrow. We've got, let's see,
Wednesday. Ian? I think that's Ian and...
I think Jeff's going to be sitting in tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I think Jeff is sitting in for JR, who normally does a Wednesday.
And
so
you'll be
Ian
back when?
I'll be back on Thursday with Ian.
I'll be back on Friday with Jeff, so don't miss it. Inside the Cave here, 96.5 FM.